up, everybody? Welcome once again to Tale of the Tape, brought to you by Gym Bag Entertainment, and it's the Combat Sports Show by guys who love combat sports. As always, it's your host, your boy, Craig, here with my co-host.
Your delegate of damage, Michael Johnson.
Nice.
We had a lot of that this weekend.
We did have a lot of that this weekend.
Yeah, I think I'm going with names that, have
that
something
correlate?
to do. Yeah.
Okay. I feel that.
Kind of makes it a little easier, too.
I feel that a lot. All right, we started off UFC Fight Night 168, Felder versus Hooker, Saturday, February 22nd at 7 p.m. at the Spark Arena. And it started off nice and right. Stepping in the women's flyweight division on short notice, Priscilla Cachoeira, 8-3, going up against the 3-3 Shayna Dobson.
Priscilla Cachoeira stepping in. She was on a 3-fight losing streak. She broke that well.
Yeah, she did.
Shayna Dobson, she was circling, and Priscilla came out with that pressure.
Yep.
Landed an overhand early, hurt her, and knew she hurt her, and then just kept forward and throwing. Normally, we hate on that lead uppercut, with no setup, but she had Shayna Dobson worrying about that overhand right, so she
kind of did set it up.
She kind of did set it up.
Yeah, but it was the long game setup.
Yeah,
and
she leaned down to throw the jab, and she caught her with that uppercut, put her out.
It was beautifully placed. Like,
yeah, it was.
I don't know if she threw her arm to look like she was coming for it and Dobson just fell, or as soon as she saw the attempt, she ducked for it. But when that landed, it landed clean.
Yeah, it was one of them good ones. I like when the uppercut pushes through and pushes the jaw all the way through. Yeah, that's terrible. 40 seconds in the round one with the KO.
Yeah, and you know what? And normally we like to give it to the refs on the early lady stoppage, but Dobson was out.
That was a clean KO in a women's fight. We don't see a lot, unless it's like bantamweight or featherweight.
I feel bad for Dobson. I feel like she's such a good fighter with just bad luck.
And now she got 3 L's in a row. So
she might be done.
She might be getting cut. But the flyweight division is lean. So performance of the night for Priscilla Cachoeira.
Dope.
She gets a nice $50,000 to go home with.
When you knock someone out in less than a minute, you got to get that.
That's pretty nice too. $50,000 for less than a minute's work.
Damn right.
Plus your fight purse.
Exactly.
Very nice.
In the welterweight division, Maki Pitolo, 11-5, going up against the 15-3 Takashi Sato.
I didn't see this fight. Was it on the card?
You know what? I didn't see this fight either.
I think that one got canceled.
Maybe that one did get canceled.
But it did still say it on the card. But I watched the card twice.
All the way through?
All the way through twice. And they sure didn't fight.
There you go. So it got canceled.
Yeah.
So we jumped straight to the women's strawweight division. Loma Lukeboom, 4-1, going up against the 11-7 Angela Hill.
Yeah, I like this. Good fight for both ladies. Well contested.
Yeah.
Round one, Angela with the pressure and the movement. The right hand was snapping for her good. Good leg kicks by Loma. She got that Muay Thai. I think she was surprised by Angela's clinch strength when they got in there, because I think Loma thinks she'll be superior to everybody's clinch. But, Angela was pretty good there. She catches one of Loma's kicks after all them leg kicks, takes her down into the side control. Then she gets up. Loma showed some pretty good ground stuff, which we didn't see in her first fight. We didn't get a chance. Round two.
But we did say that was something she had to work on, because she was throwing people down but not following up.
Right, absolutely. Round two, takedown for Loma. She got that good teep kick to Angela's chest, sent her across the ring. That was good. On the ground though, Angela Hill armbar, reverse triangle attempt. She was real busy down there.
She was.
When they separated, got back up, she gets the jab going. Third round, I thought Angela was definitely wearing down, and Loma was definitely coming on hard.
Yes.
But Angela showed some good defensive striking. Slipped a lot of shots. She countered pretty good. Double underhooks against the cage and kind of just rode it out with that strength, and just held her on the cage.
That was the saving grace for Angela Hill, was her ability to to out muscle
Yeah.
Luke Boom in the clinches, because she had her, and we've seen in previous fights she can toss someone down,
Right.
and she was unable to do that at all with Angela.
And good body position in the clinch with Angela, so, pressing her chest to chest so she couldn't get them knees, because she throws some devastating knees. And Angela gets a unanimous decision, 30-27 and 29-28 twice. So, they liked Luke Boone's work.
See, to be honest with you, I don't like the 30-27 because I think Luke Boom handed her some stuff in the third round.
I think the third round definitely goes to Loma. She was coming on, obviously the fresher fighter, but this is a good test for Angela Hill, because I don't know who you match her up against next.
Well, she's on a 3-fight win streak.
Right.
She's in the strawweight division. I mean, who can she face?
You put her up to a high opponent, she might be in too deep a water. If you put somebody lower, it's not going to be good enough. In
my mind, I'm thinking is like to give her a test and also test this other person to see where they're at is the girl that just got beat by she called out Paige.
Oh, Macy Barber.
Macy Barber.
That's good.
I think because Macy Barber, she was on this tear.
Right.
And you put her up against Angela Hill, you're doing two things. Is she above this level?
Yes.
Is Macy above the level? And is Angela Hill at the level?
Right. Is it time for Angela Hill to break the top 5?
Or is she just a fighter who proves whether or not other fighters are good enough?
Right. And, we got to see from either one of them.
Yeah.
Are they ready for top 5? Angela likes to be, real active. She's been fighting a lot. I don't know if she wants to wait for Macy to heal up. But, we'll see. I like that.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Next on the fight card in the flyweight division, Kai Kara France, 28-1 no contest, going up against the 16-10-1 Tyson Nam.
Yeah, this was a fun fight too. Tyson Nam, 2 fights in the UFC now, and I like his
losses, right?
I like his style.
Do you?
But he's just super gun shy. Like his movement is real nice. Like, I thought he followed, Kai really good. Kai, in the first round, his movement was mad good. Varied attack. He's all over Tyson Nam. Tyson Nam seems more like just a boxer.
Yeah.
He's got a couple kicks here and there. Lands a good left hook in the first round, bloodied up Kai's nose a bit.
Almost looked like it was broken.
Right. Second round, good combos from Kara France, though. Good volume. Tyson was cutting off the cage really good, and the pressure was good. Like he's right in his face the whole time, but he wasn't throwing it. It was like he would pressure him back to the cage, and then Kai would sidestep, and he'd be right there, but there would be no punch to follow it.
You know what? And, what made me mad is I felt this way in both of Nam's fights, is that he'll be losing the fight, but he's got this cocky look on his face.
Right, like why do you think you're doing good?
Yeah. Like why do you think you have, what makes you think that you could be making that face to the person standing
why are you
in front of
smiling when you just took a shot and you're losing?
And Kai Kara France had some dope combos, man.
Absolutely, especially in the second round. He upped the volume like crazy.
Oh,
and
man,
Nam was
beautiful.
doing nothing. I mean, that's 10-8 round for me in the second round. The third round, Kai hurts him with a right hand. He's pushing Nam back now after he hurt him with that right hand. Big leg kicks, big single leg, and then throws him. Nam fought, in the grappling exchange till the last second.
Got one takedown.
But, it was just... no punches on the feet. He looks like he's got a nice, powerful boxing style. And
he
doesn't
threw
throw
the
his
harder
hands.
punches. His punches made more damage.
Yeah.
But his volume is low, and his accuracy, at least on Kai.
Yeah.
Kai's a very mobile fighter. He's very elusive when it comes to get a person being hit.
But he was chasing the footwork. He was following him, but he wasn't even putting it out there.
Yeah.
30-27 across the board for Kai Kara France here.
Yeah.
I could have went, 26 even.
Especially
with that second round, especially. Yeah.
All right, in the welterweight division, Callum Potter, 18-8, going up against the 15-4 Kanan Song.
Yeah, Song Kanan, I guess they're pronouncing it now.
Yep.
Way to go, UFC, making us look dumb again.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I feel like they always invert the
right, he's
Asian,
Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese
from
names.
China anyways, and it's like, I didn't know. I thought he was actually Korean, but that was my fault. Anyways, round 1, good pace by Potter. He's coming out hard. He wanted to impress for the New Zealand fans. He's
Yep.
an Australian fighter. He landed kind of good early, Kalen Potter, but Song just waited calmly, timed that right hand, landed it, hurt him, and landed maybe, 4 or 5 punches,
Yep.
hard punches that all landed before
Flush.
he actually knocked him out. Yeah, that was a hell of a finish.
So, yeah, good finish for Song Kanan.
Yeah, round 1, 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Wow. In the welterweight division, Jake Matthews 5-4 going up against the 9-4-1 with 1 no contest, Stack Stuffing, Emil Meek.
Yeah,
I didn't watch this fight.
Emil's like a crazy striker.
Yep.
Comes out nuts. Jake Matthews, and we know he's good all around. Jiu-jitsu black belt. His movement was good. He had the better striking, I think. He knocked Emil down with an uppercut in the first round. Had a bunch of top control. Second round, Jake hits him with a big knee to start. Emil catches him with a knee. And double leg takedown for Jake. He holds on to his back. He's got tons of top control in this fight. In the second round, Emil lands a big knee to the chest. That's what it was to Jake. And Jake ate the knee and spun around with a spinning elbow and landed
Really?
it. It was pretty dope.
Wow.
Yeah. Third round, Jake's tired. You could see it. He's gassed out, but he's the one that's been doing all the grappling pressure. You know, he's been putting out such a high output of work. Emil sees it. He's trying to pour it on. Jake avoiding the damage great, still landing shots too, and he was tying up definitely to avoid damage, doing a little laying on him, just to make sure he won the fight. Gets himself 29-28 unanimous decision. I guess they give the last round maybe to Emil
because he was more active
for the pressure.
Yeah,
but I still think Jake was landing better. Yeah, I would have called it 30-27, but good win for Matthews.
All right, and then the main event of the prelims in the lightweight division, Jalen Turner, 8-5, going up against the undefeated Joshua Culibao.
He stepped in. Culibao, he's a natural featherweight, fighting at lightweight here. You could definitely see it. He was way smaller than Turner, and just kind of overmatched in general. I think more for the size than anything, because he had some good hands early, Culibao. And he looked good, but he just wasn't in it really. He's a tough kid though. I
actually turned this fight on late in the first round, and when I turned it on, Jalen Turner had him on the ground and was working him.
Yeah, if he already had him on the ground, then he used the length in the first round. His knees come up real high. He had that one-arm guillotine in the first round that I thought it was going to be a finish. It looked like the one that Luke Rockhold tapped Bisping out with in their first fight.
Yep.
And it was tight, but Culibao stuck with it, gets out of the round, gets to the second round. Jalen gets the takedown, takes his back, is flattening him out, grounding and pounding him. He's, trying to move to the side. Weird thing, round 2, Culibao was circling around the cage, and he got his foot caught, and twisted his ankle on the cage.
And that was pretty much the end.
Yeah, because he was boxing better until then, but then when that happened, that was that, and flattened him out on the ground and just pounded him until the referee said, okay, no more.
Yep.
Second round, TKO, 3 minutes in.
All right, to start the main event, Kevin Aguilar, 17-2, going up against the 18-4-1 Zubaira Tukhugov. There you go.
Aguilar feinting like crazy and pressured too hard. Zubaira calm, timing the feints, stepped in with the left hook, rocked him, dropped him, finished him on the ground.
Yep.
Smartly on the ground too. Didn't just swing punches. Just about every strike he threw on the ground landed. That was nice. TKO round 1, 3 minutes 20 seconds in.
That was a beautiful fight. Lightweight division, probably to me one of the best fights of the night.
Absolutely.
Riddell. There you go. Brad Riddell, 7-1, going up against the 14-2 Magomed Mustafayev.
Mustafayev. Riddell, Auckland, New Zealand native. They were loving him.
Yep.
The crowd went crazy.
Because he's the exciting fighter, a star in the making.
And definitely a star in the making. Mustafayev, with that wrestling pressure and stuff, I thought that, it was going to be more competitive. But it was a great fight back and forth regardless. first round, Riddell with the jab feint to the right hand over Mustafaev's jab, knocks him down. Good composure by Mustafaev, though. You couldn't really tell he was hurt, even though he went down.
Yep.
He survived with the leg lock attempt on the ground. It was a couple of dicey minutes. Second round, couple of right hands from Riddell landing real good at the end of the combinations.
Yep.
Grappling pressure from Mustafaev, really just pushing him against the cage. You could tell he was stronger there in the wrestling, but not necessarily in the jiu-jitsu on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Just a lot of that holding his back and a lot of the mat return stuff.
Mat return. I love it.
Round 3, another big right hand from Riddell knocks him down. He's a good knee from Mustafaev. The clinch was okay for him. He did some damage there, but not too much. He tried some spinning back fists, some spinning back kicks. One of them, he ended up on his back when he throws the spinning back kick. And Riddell goes down on top of him, gets a little ground and pound. Then, he's defending the takedown pretty good at that point because both of them getting pretty gassed. But Riddell seemed the fresher fighter for sure. He's striking the whole time, landing. Great endurance by Riddell because during the post-fight interview, he was not even that out of breath. I was pretty surprised after a war like this.
Exactly. I mean, it was a hell of a fight, man. I loved it.
Right. I think that Mustafaev was good with the takedowns, but he was hurt by too many strikes. 29-28 across the board for Riddell. And I would have thought it'd be 30-27 personally.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing who Riddell fights next.
Absolutely. I think this jumps him up pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
His 2 fights in the UFC is quality opponents and quality wins.
I wonder who he would fight next.
I say, definitely give him somebody top 15 in the lightweight division.
I like top 15.
I
just can't right now. Usually I'm Johnny on the spot with that, but I can't think of anybody in the lightweight division I'd want to see him fight right now.
Right, because I don't think top 10 yet. Top 15, yeah.
Is what's his name? Oliveira.
Ooh. Cowboy Oliveira? Yeah, I like that. He had a canceled fight. He was supposed to be on the next card.
Against Mickey Gale.
Yeah. Oh, I do like that. Oh, he might be welterweight, though.
No, wait.
No, that's lightweight.
Yeah, because there's the other dude who's welterweight who looks like him.
Yeah, there's another Oliveira.
Yeah. All right, so in the heavyweight division, Ben Sassoli 7-2 with 2 no contests, going up against the 16-6-1 Marcos de Lima Roguero.
Yeah, Marcos de Lima, he just throws it.
Yeah.
He don't waste no time.
No time.
Ben Sassoli. Plus, I think, Marcos really seen the Greg Hardy win that was switched to no contest. But we know that he worked over Ben Sassoli, even though he used the inhaler. Ben Sassoli just can't get close enough to get his punches on you.
He's got such short arms.
He's got like T-Rex arms going on.
And I feel like he got not only does he have the short arms, but he doesn't have the movement to get on the inside.
Right. He doesn't have, long punches. He doesn't throw straight punches. He comes around with hooks, but he doesn't jump in. Guys that got short arms, you got to get an entry, like you said. And Marcos used the length, used big hooks, leg kicks right off the bat with the leg kicks, and just starts throwing hooks and clips him with a hook, right hook above the ear. And left hook on the ground when he's on all fours, just for good measure.
Yeah, just for good measure.
TKO round 1, 1 minute and 28 seconds in. First time Ben Sassoli ever been knocked out.
Yeah, that was the other thing, too, that I thought was dope. He's never been knocked out, and he got knocked out clean and early.
Yeah, that was a good stoppage.
Yep.
He was hurt good.
In the strawweight division, Karolina Kovacevic, 12-5, going up against the 11-1 with 1 no contest. Jan Zianon.
This was a cool fight. It's upsetting in one way and then good in another. We got an emerging star in Jan Zianon,
and the end of another.
And
the solidification of the end of another.
Yeah, I mean, she's not going higher than this. Karolina came in with that same style, and the bad entries in her striking still, the boxed frame, the lack of movement in her hips and shoulders. And Dan Hardy thought it was the left, right, left combination that hurt her eye in the first round because she got a serious break in her orbital. But I watched it over and over, and it was after that they circle and Carolina steps into a hard jab that Jan throws, and it hit her so flush, and you could hear it. And I rewinded it, and she touched it. She's only touching the eye directly after the jab. You know, she didn't touch it before that. Yeah. And you could hear it, and I was like, oh, that was her bone breaking. That sound. It's terrible. But how tough is she?
She is tough. Listen, I've been a fan of Carolina since day one.
To still be,
I love her.
Semi-effective with that much damage is crazy.
I almost said when we were talking about Angela Hill, I almost said Carolina, but I'm like, I just don't want to see her lose anymore. She's got to go down to Bellator where she has a better opportunity.
I agree. She needs to figure something out. Jan Zenon landing hard shots. Hip throw, she was way stronger in the clinch and in the grapple in general. She looked twice Carolina's size, honestly.
She did.
She was huge.
And way stronger.
Way stronger. Hip throwing her, all over the place. Carolina, armbar attempts in the first round, from the ground. Her eye, by the end of the first round, was obviously really messed up.
Couldn't, she was literally walking around
trying to cover it. Yeah, couldn't see for nothing. I think she was trying to block maybe the double vision. I think she was trying to see straight.
Yeah.
More than protect it, because she says the pain wasn't what was getting her, it was the vision, because she couldn't see.
Okay.
But even in the second round, she's engaging. She's coming first, trying to throw punches.
Yep. I think because she knew she had this was kind. I feel like this was kind of the fight for Carolina. Like, if you don't win this, what are you really gonna do next?
Round 3, it's more of the same. Jan, I think her corner told her to slow down a bit. They knew that, you got it in the bag. You ain't got to kill yourself so much. She's throwing ones and twos. Body kick hurt Carolina late in the fight.
She tries to go for a ankle lock.
The heel hook, that was pretty good in round 3. If anything, it got you to position. It saved you from getting, beat up some more, and you were looking for a possible finish.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And there was a moment where she almost had it.
Right. It was all good work for sure. So much hard by her. What about the right at the end when they switch and Jan throws them illegal kicks? Did you notice those?
No, I didn't.
Right at the end, Carolina switches her, and she ends up on top at the end of the fight.
Oh,
and as Jan goes down, she kicked her, but they're both on the ground. You know what I mean? And she kicks her in the face twice, like with side kicks.
Damn.
Yeah. Couldn't believe that.
What I do have to say for Jan which was super impressive, I feel like if you were really paying attention, you would know, you noticed it, is when Carolina went for the leg lock. The reason why she couldn't finish it was because she couldn't handle the shots she was taking to her leg from Jan. She beat that leg up so bad, Carolina had to give it up.
And then when she stacked on top of her, Carolina's leg was wrapped in there too, and she was crunching on it. She's all kinds of hurt from this fight.
Absolutely.
I feel bad for her, and if this is her exit of the UFC, that's because she took a beating.
She did take.
She got to have major surgery.
I think they should throw her one more low-level fight that she can win, and then say, all right, we're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know what her contract. I don't know what her contract looks like. Whether she's got fights left or not.
What's weird though, in those situations, fighters can't just walk away, but you can be cut. You can be cut
even though you got fights left.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I think Sergio Pettis walked away when he had fights left. I'm not sure. I have to look into that.
I don't remember. I thought he was a free agent, but I'm not sure. In the light heavyweight division, Jimmy Crute 10-1 going up against the 14-3 with 1 no contest. Michael Olashejik. That's what it is. There you go.
Just to go back to that real quick, 30-26 for Jan Zenon across the board.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Jimmy Crute here gets himself a performance of the night.
Yes.
50 grand and technique of the week from me.
Yep.
A great grappling game plan. He in Olashejik, a great grappler, to be honest with you. Yeah, he just throws better hands. So Jimmy Crute smartly with the level change, comes out with some big kicks to start, changes levels, takes him down easy. He's riding his back, some more mat returns. The body lock pickup and dump right to the mount. Takes the Kimura, and that was a nasty Kimura.
You don't really see Kimura. Like, the last time I think you saw a Kimura was when, what's his name? What's the dude that lost to he beat Brock, but then lost to Brock?
Frank Mir.
Frank Mir when he broke Nog's shoulder.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, that was the last time I think you saw one.
Yeah, I think I seen one from Paul Craig a couple of fights back to light heavyweight.
Okay,
but Jimmy Crute actually got one on his UFC record, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't see it a lot.
You don't really see it a lot.
It's a tough one to set up.
It's usually like the move you make to get out of a position.
Right. It's tough to set up, but when you got the dominant mount, he gave it up and went to side control.
Yeah.
Because he knew he had that Kimura. And great submission win, round 1, like a minute and 30 seconds in.
Really? It was that fast?
Yeah, so quick.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was 2 quick takedowns, mount, submission.
Boom.
Didn't even break a sweat. Jimmy Crute should be back real quick.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see him fight.
Absolutely.
Definitely someone to look out for in the light heavyweight. In the lightweight division, the main event of the night, Paul Felder, 17-4, going up against the 19-8 Dan Hooker. Definitely fight of the night.
Yep, fight of the night. Both men go away with a bonus. Round 1. Paul Felder was pressuring, but he's too tentative. Dan Hooker with the calf kicks, the jab. He seemed a bit stronger in the clinch, even though Felder looked like, the more muscly fighter. Hooker with good movement, just staying around the outside. Round 2, you could see, the eye damage from Paul. I rewinded, the first round over and over, and because I thought it looked like a poke from the damage, and it's not a poke, but I think what it looked like is, what I'm always saying when fighters put the hands up to block a guy coming in, it looks like Hooker did what I'm always saying, at least pull your fingers in.
Yeah.
Paul's coming in, and he pushed him back, and he sticks out the left hand. It looks like the knuckle. Looks like the knuckle went in a little bit on the thumb. Ooh. But only the knuckle. It's a close fist.
Yeah.
Not his fault.
Nope.
And then he just, sees the damage on it and beats on it, though. Second round, inside leg kicks from Felder is good. Decent left hook. I felt like he was missing too much in that second round, even when I watched it over again. He had a high volume, but he's missing a lot of punches in the second round, Felder. Hooker's coming forward more in the second round. He rides his back a little, tries to take it, while they're standing. Decent punches in the exchange, and he didn't throw as much as Felder, but he wasn't missing. Hooker was landing good.
Okay.
Third round, this is where I think Paul Felder really starts coming on. He's pressuring him good. He's throwing high volume and landing. He's finding the range, kicks to the legs and the body. Hooker, he had the jab working from the orthodox stance and the straight left from the southpaw stance, but nothing much else in that third round. Fourth round, jab, right hand from Paul Felder, landing hard, staying in the pocket.
Yep.
Wasn't, coming out of the pocket, listening to his coach nicely. Lands some elbows in the clinch. Hooker started getting wobbled from them shots.
He did.
You see the punches landing, and you see his head wobbling. He starts grappling and grinding him against the cage to get some rest, Round 5, Paul Felder's definitely the fresher fighter. Hooker looks tentative. Good takedown defense by Paul Felder. He's landing the right hand. He's scrambling. Dan got a late takedown there that I think, plays a big part. He remains on top in the scramble, too, when Paul tried to shake him off. So, that's effective grappling all around. The right hand was crunching Hooker in the fifth round. That's a really hard fight to call.
I think it was almost a damn near impossible fight to call.
Yeah.
I had it for Felder,
right.
and I knew when Hooker got the takedown that they might go the other way.
Yep.
And you said it, and at first I was, but now I'm not. I'm not mad at the decision,
right?
Because both fighters gave it their all, and it was probably one of the best matched fights we've seen in a long time.
Absolutely, perfectly even on skill level. 48-47 split decision for Hooker, but it's a toss up.
Yeah.
I had it Felder taking rounds 3, 4, and 5. But that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too close for me to be mad about anybody's decision.
All right, let's talk about the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury 2 fight.
Absolutely.
All you who watched at home, you saw what happened, and what I saw was a nervous, uncomfortable Wilder and a focused, game planned Fury.
Absolutely. I seen no change out of Deontay's game plan from the first fight.
Zero change.
And no change from any of his other fights, really. Go out there and put the right hand on him.
Yep.
A lot of people say he can't box. I don't go that far. He's got quite a bit of an ability. You don't get to those numbers.
Yeah.
You know what
pure
I mean?
strength.
Right. But Tyson, just being smart, he did something that nobody ever did to Wilder. He came right into his face. And with a power style, he was heavier than before. He was stronger than before.
I can't believe how I didn't realize. I thought, you see Wilder against most of his fighters, and he's so much bigger.
Right.
And Tyson Fury made him look small.
Yeah, he did.
Made
Crazy,
him look real
right?
small.
Crazy how small he looked, but Tyson still kept his movement.
Mm-hmm.
He still had that ability, but he was pressuring. I mean, it was the perfect plan: pressure, pace, and power.
And weight to take anything that Wilder could dish out.
Because Wilder hit him with some good right hands, even in the first round when they were both fresh.
Yep.
And Tyson, shrugged him off. That was very impressive.
And that's got to be super discouraging. He took your best punches,
right, and
he kept coming.
And gave you power punches back. And I think that confused the hell out of Wilder. He never felt that.
Put Wilder down for the first time in his career.
Round 3, hits him with a shot to the temple, knocks him down. He went down 2 more times in between round 3 and 5, but the referee called them slips. They were
wobbles from that
because he
knockdown.
never came back from that first knockdown. Round 5 though, combination and it ends with a left hook to the body, knockdown for sure.
Yep.
Makes it up for the count. He's just getting beat on at that point from round 5 after. And corner finally throws in the towel. Round 7, he's got blood leaking out of his ear.
I didn't like that at all. I still don't like it. Like, the man is a warrior.
Yeah.
He's there to fight. He's not trying to back out. He didn't say nothing about wanting to not continue.
Right.
At least give him the round to come back and be like, hey, should we throw in the towel on you?
I agree with that. At least go to the end of the round.
Yeah.
Because you were letting him get it beat on for most of the round. Why not finish the round? And
I didn't. I was really disappointed in that decision.
I think that Wilder and his corner are confused about the whole thing because it's a place they've never been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd never seen their fighter getting brutalized, so they didn't know what to do about it.
Terrible corner advice.
Terrible damage management on his face.
Yep.
Like the blood's just leaking everywhere. The eye they were barely working on. His mouth is bleeding everywhere. Yeah. They let him down in general. They told him just throw the right hand. No technical advice on how to get that accomplished.
Yep.
It's
time. Personally, for me, it's time for Wilder to change camps.
It could be, or add something new. Yeah. Stop with the funny stuff too. What's with the ring
40
entrance?
pound suit, and
he's known for wearing crazy stuff like that. But 40 pounds, that was excessive.
But to blame anything that happened in the fight on a 40-pound costume, one, you knew it was 40 pounds.
Right.
2, quiet with that.
Right. If you didn't put that on until fight night, then that's real dumb. I don't know who thinks it's a good idea to wear a 40-pound costume to the ring. It was obvious he could barely even see out of the thing.
Yeah.
So what kind of safety is that? I think these guys who do stuff like that, or dances on the entrance and flips and stuff like that, if that affects your fight negatively, that's 100% your fault.
Yes. And anything that happens, you deserve it.
Right. I mean, Wilder's catching a lot of heat. People ragging on him hard about making excuses. I ain't going too hard on him because, like I said, this is a place he's never been.
True, and you know what?
He doesn't understand.
He gave Tyson Fury mad respect before the fight. He said that Tyson Fury can't be knocked. The only way you put down Tyson Fury is if you nail him to the canvas,
right.
and that he's an incredible boxer with power.
Right.
Like, he gave Tyson Fury a lot of respect. And you know what? I felt like Tyson Fury didn't return the favor as much as he did.
And I think the way that the fans are trashing Wilder is a little heavy. heavy.
It is
And,
heavy.
They definitely abandoned him, and it's terrible to see, because I think if people look at it, the man could have just learned boxing is a game of experience.
Yeah.
And the man, like I say, just got to a place he'd never been before. He could become the best he's ever been from
after this fight.
you know?
I definitely think he needs a new camp, and he needs someone who's going to teach him a lot more skill set.
He has to add stuff to his game.
And Tyson Fury is already ready for 3.
Yeah, and he's willing to fight Deontay again. He wants to,
So I think it has to happen.
He said if Deontay don't want to, he's ready for Anthony Joshua too, which I would love to see.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Definitely. To be honest with you, I would like to see Anthony Joshua before Deontay Wilder.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Because
Absolutely.
I think Tyson Fury annihilates Anthony Joshua and then comes back, and that gives gives Devontae Wilder plenty of time to polish his abilities.
Yeah, but hats off to Tyson Fury. His story is great too. Where he's came from, what he's faced and stuff, and but still got love for the bronze bomber.
Absolutely.
I'm
can't
still
wait to see them
rocking
both
with
fight.
Wilder. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into this next event. Up and coming, UFC Fight Night 169, Benavidez versus Figueiredo, Saturday, February 29th at 8 p.m., Shartway Arena, Norfolk. And you know what I found out today? And no, yesterday. I meant to ask you about it. Did you know that who Joseph Benavidez's wife is?
Yeah, Megan O'Leary.
I did not know that until
I've been known that for
did you?
forever.
I ain't never thought I'd be jealous of Joseph Benavidez, but I love myself some Megan O'Leary.
I'm saying I've been following both of them a long time.
All right, let's see how this card plays out. Starting off with Sean Bradley, 11-0, going up against 19-3 Ismail Nardayev.
Yep.
Got it.
Sean Brady, unanimous decision win versus Court McGee in his debut. Court, the longtime veteran.
Yep.
Ismail Nardayev, decision win versus Michelle Prazeres, and decision loss versus Chance for Encounter, which doesn't say too well for your chance has been cut already.
Yep.
Decision win versus Sayer Bahadurzada last time.
Oh no.
Yeah, good thing you didn't have to read that one.
Exactly. I'm gonna go with Sean Brady because I love that undefeated record.
I agree, and with the win over Court McGee, looks good.
Next, we have Alon Cruz, 8-2, going up against the 8-1 Spike Carlisle.
Yeah, we got some cool names here. Spike Carlisle, Alan Cruz with the 2 A's at the beginning.
Yeah.
That made me think of the Key and Peele skit with the A.A. Ron, when he's calling their names.
Oh, A.A. Ron.
You done messed up, A.A. Ron. So while I was writing it, I kept calling him A.A. Lon.
That's dope.
A.A. Lon, contender. This is his debut. 4 wins in a row, 3 by stops. He's super tall with high knees.
Okay.
Spike Carlisle is his debut, 4 wins in a row and 3 stops as well. This is a
pick'em.
Yeah, and this is like a what's it called? A friggin'
Grappler's Delight.
No. What's it called? The 4 wins in a row with 3 stops. That's a reoccurring thing, like all through the card.
Oh, is it?
It's weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Spike because I like his name.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, next we have Jordan Griffin going up against T.J. Brown.
Yeah,
I don't have their record.
A lot of contenders too. Oh no, I don't write records.
Yeah, I know.
I only care about the last couple. Contender for Jordan Griffin and T.J. Brown. 2 fights in the UFC by Jordan Griffin. 1 decision loss to Dan Ige, and decision loss versus Chaz Skelly with 2 cancels in between.
Wow.
T.J. Brown, contender. It's his debut. 4 stops in a row. 2 arm triangles, 2 head kicks.
Wow. Definitely going with T.J. Brown on that
yes,
one.
for sure.
Okay. Next on, we have Luis Pena, 7-2, going up against the undefeated 6-0 Alex Munoz.
Munoz pulled out. Steve Garcia Jr. stepping in, filling in on late notice. Luis Pena, Ultimate Fighter 27, 3-2 in the UFC. Last, he got TKO win versus Matt Wyman, the veteran, in a split decision loss to Matt Frivola, which we both agreed was some bullshit.
Exactly.
Steve Garcia Jr. is on the Contender. This is his debut, and he's got 4 wins in a row with 3 stops.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
I like Luis Pena, though.
I do, too. And those are in the UFC, those fights, the 3-2.
I'm gonna go with Luis.
I agree.
All right, next on the list we have Marcin Tybura going up against Sergey Spivak.
Yeah.
Spivak?
Yeah. No, Spivak.
Spivak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marcin Tybura, 4-5 in the UFC.
Oof.
Yeah. Decision win versus Stefan Struve. 2 TKO losses in a row, back to back, coming off of Shamil Abdurakhimov and what's his name? Sakai. What's his first name?
I don't know.
I can't think of his. Well, anyways, his last name's Sakai. If the fans know, they know. Sergey Spivak, 1-1 in the UFC. He's got a 52nd TKO loss to the boy Walt Harris that we love around here. And Tai Tuivasa gave him an arm triangle win.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Sergey then.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really secure that arm triangle.
Yeah, it was given to him.
Tuivasa gave it to him.
Absolutely.
You remember that?
I do remember that. It was the most embarrassing loss in the history of UFC. In the middleweight division, we got Brendan Allen, 13-3, going up against the 11-1 Tom Breeze.
Brendan Allen, Contender. He got a nice submission win over Kevin Holland in his debut, rear naked choke. He likes to finish. Tom Breeze is 4-1 in the UFC. Decision loss versus Sean Strickland, and a round 1 TKO versus Daniel Kelly last time.
I gotta go with Tom.
Yeah, I like that win against Kevin Holland by Brendan Allen. I'm going with him.
Brendan Allen?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and then the main event of the prelims in the bantamweight division, Gabriel Silva, 8-1, going up against the 6-1 Kyler Phillips.
Gabriel Silva, 1 fight in the UFC. His debut was against Ray Borg at flyweight. He lost, came up to bantamweight. This is his debut. Okay. Kyler Phillips, UFC debut, is 1-2 in his last 3 bouts regionally.
Oh, so yeah, Gabriel Silva it is.
I don't really know how that gets you to the UFC, but I'm going with Gabriel Silva.
Maybe they needed him for this fight?
I think, and maybe he's local.
Okay. In the main event, starting it off with the featherweight division, Grant Dawson, 14-1, going up against the 23-10 Derek Minor.
Grant Dawson, Contender, 3-0 in the UFC. Decision win versus Julian Erosa. A submission win against Adrian Diaz. 2 rear naked choke submission wins, Adrian Diaz and Mike Trezano. Those are his last 2. Derek Minor, Contender. He lost his debut versus Herbert Burns. Oh, no, he lost on the Contender, my bad, versus Herbert Burns, brother of Gilbert.
Yep.
And he's got 2 regional wins since then on smaller promotions.
Grant Dawson it is?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially coming off them 2 submissions.
In the women's featherweight division, Megan Anderson on a return, 10-4, going up against the undefeated 4-0 Norma Dumont.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Megan Anderson. She's 2-2 in the UFC. Had some bad luck facing, Felicia Spencer. And got choked out by her early in the first round. And sick triangle, though, to finish off Zara Santos de Freitas, or however you, Zara Fairn dos Santos in the first round last time out. So submission loss, submission win.
I love my girl Megan.
Fights. Yeah, I got to go with her. Debut for Norma here, 2 decisions. What do we got? 2 first round submission finishes in her last fight.
Oh, Megan is kind of susceptible to submissions.
That's why I wrote it. Yeah, because even though they were regional, 2 round 1 rear naked choke finishes.
I still like my girl Megan.
Yeah, I gotta go. I can't.
The best ink.
I can't bet against the best ink in the UFC.
In the light heavyweight division, Ion Kutalaba, 15-4, 1-no contest, going up against the 12-1 Magomed Ankalaev.
Yeah, this is my sleeper fight of the night.
Okay.
I like both of these guys quite a bit. Ion Kutalaba, he's had a little bad luck in the UFC. He's 4-3 in the UFC. Last two, submission loss versus Glover Teixeira, and round 1 TKO versus Khalil Roundtree, though. You remember he had him mounted and was elbowing his face
yes.
in? Yeah, surprised us both.
Yeah, it did. It surprised us both big time because Khalil Roundtree had just dominated, what's his name? Man, he dominated the crowd. It was like just kicking him and punching him at will. I can't think of his name.
But yeah, he was coming off a good fight, and we both called it for him, and he got beat up pretty bad by Kutalaba. Magomed Ankalaev, submission loss in his debut versus Paul Craig, but 3 wins since then with 2 finishes. He had that huge front kick knockout against Dolce Loangabula last fight out.
Oh, yeah.
What a great performance in general.
Put his chin in his forehead.
And I like Magomed quite a bit.
I like Magomed. In the women's featherweight division, Felicia Spencer, 7-1, going up against the 6-3 Zara Fern dos Santos.
Yeah, the 2 remaining featherweight women's fighters, pretty much. Felicia Spencer, 1-1 in the UFC. Seems like she's been around more than that.
It does seem like that.
Great first round win over Megan Anderson, as I just said, with the rear naked choke, and decision loss to Cyborg, which was her first
the greatest
loss.
fortitude fight I've ever seen by a female.
And it was her first loss overall, and showed that she can't be knocked out.
Yep.
You know, Zara Fan dos Santos, she's a quick striker. Like Cyborg, you know, we seen that where she got in the face of Megan Anderson and got, triangles.
Is this you think this is a number 1 contender fight?
It could be. I mean, who else is in the featherweight division?
I like Felicia Spencer going up against Amanda Nunes because 1, she's proven that she could take it to the chin. 2, she's got excellent ground game. So now you're putting...
I don't mind that fight at all. I think she can definitely challenge her for the featherweight title.
Yeah.
If she gets past Zara, who's a great striker, and a pressure striker. She lost her debut to Megan by the submission. I gotta go with Felicia.
Absolutely. And then the main event, the flyweight division for the vacated flyweight title. Joseph Benavidez, 28-5, going up against the 17-1 Davison Figueiredo.
Yeah, I love this fight.
Love it. We've been calling for it. We've been asking.
Can't wait for it. Figueiredo thought for sure he'd be fighting for an interim title, so he's super, super happy.
Yep.
He thought that, one of them would be fighting Henry, but whatever, he don't mind.
Nope. As long as the belt's on the line.
Yeah, and I think it's great. Screw the interim. Because, then that's only if the champ is going to come back. We know he's not coming back.
Nope.
So why waste any time? Benavidez, what a great record this is. 15-3 in the UFC.
Yeah, and in 2 of those losses, all 3 of those losses are to champs.
Yes.
2 of them to Mighty Mouse, 1 of them to Henry Cejudo.
Yes. And, fantastic. And the loss to Cejudo wasn't the champion at the time.
Exactly.
But his last 3, he's got 3 wins in a row. He's got a round 1 TKO of Alex Perez, decision win versus Dustin Ortiz, and that round 2 TKO against Jussier Formiga last fight, which was fantastic.
Yep.
Davison Figueiredo, 6-1 in the UFC. Decision loss versus Jussier Formiga, his only loss.
Really?
So that's very interesting when calling this fight. Decision win versus Alexander Pantoja, and then that round 1 submission versus Tim Elliott. That great guillotine last time.
The walk-off guillotine.
I think the loss to Formiga is definitely something to look at. That was a heavy striking battle between the 2 of them, and if Figueiredo takes that approach, he's going to go to sleep against Benavidez. It's hard to go against the power of Joe Benavidez, but I think the grappling of Figueiredo can get it done.
To be honest with you, I know Joseph Benavidez is the favorite, but I don't think I think Davison is just is just. I think he's an incredible fighter.
Right, and I don't know if this is the prime of Joseph Benavidez. You know, he might be a little past it. You know, all them years in the WEC, the wars with Dominic Cruz. You know, this is fighting like Demetrius Johnson and losing for the belt. That's not the first time he was a title contender and losing. You know, Davidson's definitely in the prime of his career. He's on his way up. Yeah, I mean, even though they have that common opponent, I think I'm going with Davison by a submission victory here, probably. Actually,
I had to be, something tells me this is gonna go the distance. I think
his striking. I think Figueiredo's striking's a little cleaner too.
He has excellent striking,
and it's cleaner. Whereas
I forgot who we fought before.
Benavidez, you know, has a huge power and throws a little reckless.
Whoever he fought before he fought Tim Elliott, he put on a striking clinic against Pantoja.
Yeah.
He put on a striking clinic against Pantoja, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, he's got a great Muay Thai style. We could see a decision here. I think, you know, Figueiredo, if he's smart, he'll mix it up, you know, and strike and go for some takedowns.
Yeah.
At least to make him think about it. And put him in it, so, you know, try to get him in a submission early. And if you don't finish him, at least he's scared of it.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
All right, we got one more event for you, the ONE FC King of the Jungle. And this is a prime card starting off in the strawweight division, MMA, Tiffany Te'o going up against Ayaka Miura?
Ayaka Miura.
Sounds good.
I would say. Tiffany's 4-0 in the ONE Championship. Big wins over good opponents. Great hands. Good boxing. Ayaki Miura with she's 2-0 in the UFC. I mean, in the ONE FC. My apologies. I think I gotta go with Tio with the boxing.
Absolutely,
her hands are great.
In the welterweight division, Yoshihiro Akiyama versus Sharif Mohammed.
You don't remember Yoshihiro Akiyama? He's
No.
a Pride veteran and was in the UFC for a little bit. Very famous in Japan. They call him Sexy Yama.
Sexy Yama.
He's good-looking Japanese man.
Okay.
Both 0-1 in the ONE Championship.
Wow.
And they both lost to Aguilan Tani.
Wow.
Both of them.
Wow.
It's a common opponent, and they both lost by unanimous decision to the same dude.
That's tough.
Yeah. Sexy Yama is old as shit. He's got to be gold on 50.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
okay,
really.
I got to go with the young boy.
Absolutely.
All right, in the lightweight division, Amir Khan going up against Kimihiro Ito.
Amir Khan, 12-6 in the ONE FC. He's got 3 losses in a row.
Oof.
His last, he was 3 losses in a row, and then the last one was a split decision win against Evan Ting. Not bad. Kimihiro Ito won Warrior Series, so that's like contender.
Yeah.
You know, he's got, what has he got? He's got 4 TKOs coming into this one.
All right, well, there you go.
So I'm going with him.
Kimihiro.
Absolutely.
And then the co-main event, the strawweight Muay Thai world champion Sam A. Gayanggadao.
Almost Gayangadao.
Gayanggadao.
You do pretty all right with the Thai names. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm trying. Versus Rocky Ogden, which is, I saw his picture. He's just like super handsome man.
Yeah.
Super
Australian kid. He's actually engaged to Jazzy Parr. Jazzy Parr is the daughter of John Wayne Parr. He's a famous Australian Muay Thai fighter.
Okay.
I love that dude. He's a great dude. And this happens to be like his future son-in-law. Pretty cool.
All right.
His debut in the ONE Championship, and they gets to fight for a title.
For a title.
Because he's 36-5-1 in Muay Thai in general. Already holds a couple world titles from different promotions.
Okay.
Sam A. 2-1 in the ONE Championship. He was fighting at flyweight, but when he first came in, he had to face Jonathan Haggerty, and he got beat at flyweight. Came to strawweight here, and now he's got 2 wins in a row. And the championship, he's 368 and 47 and 9 in Muay Thai competition overall.
Almost 400 fights.
Over 400
Over
fights.
400. What?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a little past his prime too. I think look for maybe, I don't know. He's incredibly skilled. He's fun to watch.
Wow.
He doesn't get hit a lot at all.
That's a tough one to call. Who you got?
I think I'm going with Sam A. I don't think Ogden's ready.
I'm going to split it up. I'll just go with Rocky. All right. And then the atomweight kickboxing world championship, Stamp Fairtex going up against Janet Todd. I remember Stamp from the last fight.
Yeah, Stamp's great. Muay Thai champion, kickboxing champion, also fights mixed martial arts. Mm-hmm. She's 6-0 total in the one championship.
The last fight we saw her was an MMA fight, wasn't it?
Because she won by ground and pound.
Yes.
Yes, 6-0 total. She got a KO to take the kickboxing title. Decision win versus Janet Todd for the Muay Thai title. The woman she's fighting in this fight took the title from her and then defended each title once. The kickboxing title and the Muay Thai title, and she has 2 stops in mixed martial arts.
Damn.
Yeah. She's on a tear. Janet Todd, 3-1 in the UFC with the loss versus Stamp. In Muay Thai, though, she's got 3 wins in a row, 2 in kickboxing, and her last fight was actually a Muay Thai bout that she won. And here she is challenging Stamp for the kickboxing title. I don't think anything's going to derail Stamp Fairtex.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I think she's going to do whatever she wants in the martial arts world as long as she wants.
And then one day maybe make her way to UFC.
That would be fantastic.
See how she fares.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I was trying to look up this dude's name for when I stick the news to it, but ex-PFL champ Lins, Lins, that's his last name. I couldn't find his first.
Okay.
Signs with the UFC, but PFL is like the minor leagues for UFC.
Absolutely.
You know, they have so many fighters. They had to start a minor league.
They got quality fighters, though.
Of course, UFC is all about quality, man.
And what I like about the PFL is, they have that season system. Did you look into that at all?
I didn't.
They have like a season system like team sports, and they do a playoffs and everything.
Really?
Yeah. You could have some losses throughout the season, but if your points total, is a certain amount, it could see you into the playoffs, and you could still end up with a championship. And if you win through the playoffs and win a championship, you get $1 million prize. Pretty dope.
That is wicked, dope. Okay. The Rua Nog trilogy set for UFC 250.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
I like that a lot.
I don't mind it because
a classic fight.
And it's always what we talk about when they have the veterans come. Make them fight each other at least.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have a veteran getting his brains bashed in against an up-and-comer.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Although the last time Rua fought, I forgot who it was, where he won the fight and got robbed in the decision. I can't remember who he fought though.
Yeah, damn, he did.
Was it Craig? No, it wasn't Paul Craig. I just remember he won that fight and he got robbed of the decision.
It was some up-and-comer.
Yeah, it was an up-and-comer, definitely. I just can't think of who it was. Khabib rejects the Conor McGregor rematch, says fans just like drama.
Yeah, he says it's all about drama and
ticket sales.
He wants to fight the guys that look the best on his legacy. Yeah. And he doesn't think, 2 wins over Conor looks the best on his legacy. But 20 years down the line, if somebody's looking back at a UFC champion, what fight are they going to look up? Probably Khabib and Conor.
Yeah. And Khabib and Conor, according to Dana White, is the biggest fight to make in the history of the UFC.
And I think, if you beat him again with another stoppage, that puts a lot on your legacy.
I think it does too.
You'll be humbling the cockiest man in the world.
Exactly.
I think that's a great thing for your legacy.
I think it is too. There's a lot of talk about Conor McGregor actually facing Justin Gaethje, which is a fight we like.
Absolutely.
But I can't, like I said, I think we both want to see Gaethje against Khabib more than I want to see him against Conor.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Conor run through the the welterweight division, stay welter.
If he likes 170, why not stay there?
Yeah. I think you should fight some guys in that division and prove that you can be there.
However, some of the the top 5 welters are pretty big. You
They
know,
are.
like Usman. Let's talk about the champ. He's twice the size of Conor McGregor.
He's a big
170.
boy. He's a
you
big
know?
boy. All right, and then the final bit of news is: does Aldo deserve a title shot?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, no. Does Yoel Ramiro deserve a title shot? Probably not. But I mean,
think
it's
he
what the
deserves a
fans-
title shot more than
It's
Aldo.
what the fans want to see. What I really don't like about this Aldo title shot, which they set for UFC 250,
Yep.
you know, it's signed now. What I really don't like about it is like Henry Cejudo got to decide, you know, who
he won an easy
he's
shot.
facing. That's ridiculous.
All right, we got to call it a night. And until next week, we'll see you in the octagon. Have a good night.
Peace.